What's going on, my people? Chef Melky here once again. So today I'm going to make grilled salmon with a pineapple salsa and roasted sweet plantains. Simple, quick, very good, very refreshing for the nice summer nights that are coming up. So we're gonna get started. I got some sweet plantains here. You can see I'm already set up. I got my aluminum foil where I'm gonna roast them at. So sweet plantains are actually very easy to peel. They're just almost like a banana. They're sweet. Compared to green plantains, which takes a little more work to peel. But as you can see, I made a slit. All right, I didn't show you too good on that one. I'll show you on the next one. But you make a slit, and that's pretty much it. So as you can see, take the plantain, cut off one tip, turn it over to cut off the other tip. Literally just put the tip of the knife in and just go straight down. And like I said, sweet plantains are very easy to peel. So once you do that, look, at this point, peels right open. Very simple, very quick. Once again, slit, put your fingers in there, and that's all. Very simple. Now what I'm gonna do to these is gonna be very, very simple. I like to use, you'll notice guys, the way that I cook, I want things to taste like what they are. I don't like to mask too many flavors. I want you to appreciate what you're eating for what it is. So all I'm really gonna do is, I'm gonna sprinkle a little salt. Just a touch. Remember, salt is not a seasoning. Salt brings out the natural flavors of the food. A little olive oil. Very simple. That's it. And I'm actually going to put a couple of cinnamon sticks in there. Just going to put a couple in between so you get the flavor. And then I'm just going to seal it up, because you're going to want the steam that the plantain is going to create to help cook it. It's going to make it nice and tender, nice and soft, even though the sweet plantains already are soft, but you know, and with the little bit of salt, it'll help bring out a little bit of the moisture. And look, a nice little pouch. That's it. Very simple. So we're going to put this at the oven, in the oven. I suggest you guys get sheet trays. This is how sheet tray works great for a home oven. So I'm just going to put it in there. I'm going to put it in the oven, 375 degrees, and that'll probably go for about 45 minutes. And it'll be great. You guys will see when we're done with it. So now we're going to work on the pineapple salsa. Pineapple salsa. Very tropical, great flavors. Simple ingredients: pineapple, tomato, green peppers, green onions, cilantro, lime juice, salt, pepper. Very simple. That's it. So let's get to this salad. So we're going to peel the pineapple, cut the top off, cut the bottom off. And when you're cutting pineapple, let the pineapple tell you what to do. Put your knife on the end, as you can see, and then just go right with the shape of the pineapple. That's it. Very simple. Run your knife. Let the knife do half the work. You don't have to be doing this while you're cutting, because now you're doing all the work. When you have a nice sharp knife, let the knife do the job. You got your knife nice and sharp. You're taking care of it, so let it do its job. See how I run straight down? Just let the whole blade cut the pineapple. Very simple. Don't make life difficult on yourself. When you try to do too much, that's when you mess up. Keep it simple, and that's it. So there you go. Now we got a peeled pineapple, right? Remember I told you keep everything near you. I got my garbage can right here next to me, especially when I'm going to be cutting stuff. Goes right in there. Got my bowl where the sauce is going to be made. So now we're going to cut it in half. I'm going to put half to the side. We're not going to use that right now. Cut it in half again. Cut the core off. Cut the core off again. And now we're just going to cut it down to small pieces for a salsa. So the best way I would do it, going to cut that big piece in half. I'm going to stand it up, cut it in about 1/4 inch slices, bring it back down. Do the same thing on this side. It's almost like when you're cutting an onion. You know how when you're cutting the onion, you're making the squares before you chop it down? Same thing we're doing here. Turn it. Get your nice little cubes. See? All right, we're gonna put that in the bowl. We're gonna cut up the rest of this and we're gonna go on to the next item. All right, now that we got the pineapple all cut, now let's cut the tomato. For the tomato, I'm also gonna seed it. I don't want it that wet. So I'm gonna cut it in half, cut it in half, cut the tip off, and then run the knife around the side. Or you want it, I want the flesh. I don't want all the seeds and everything in the middle. You can see I'm taking all the seeds out. Then I'm just gonna dice it. Wonderful thing about this salad also is that all the wonderful colors, you see the yellow of the pineapple, the red of the tomato, is all gonna go so well together. So you see the small dice? I'm gonna put that in there. I'm gonna finish up the tomato and go on to the next step. All right, so the tomatoes are in and they're mixed in. So now we're gonna dice a little bit of red onion. You don't remember how to do the onions, right? We do this one. And do this one. Then just dice. Remember to tuck your fingers. The last thing we want while we're making a wonderful dinner for our family and our friends, lose a pinky or lose the tip of your finger. It's not gonna be fun. Then you gotta talk about, oh, where's my finger at? Find it in the salad. No, we can't do that. All right, so like I said, we're gonna do these onions. Then we're gonna do garlic, green peppers, green onions, and one serrano chili. I love spice. Not everybody likes spice, so we're gonna do it not too spicy, just a little serrano chili. Look, one serrano chili. We're gonna cut it, take the tip off. We're gonna cut it in half because we're gonna seed it. Because remember, the spice in the peppers are not really in the body of the pepper, but in this right here, these veins that are inside and the seeds, that's what's gonna make you burn. That's where the spice is at. Most of the pepper itself, the flesh of the pepper, pretty much has the flavor of the pepper, but the spice comes from inside those seeds. So you know you want to get all the seeds out. Then we're gonna chop it up very, very small. So I'm gonna use the tip of my knife just to get me what I want, nice julienne slices. And then we're just gonna chop it down nice and thin, really small. So it's not gonna be that spicy, but you still get that little flavor that you're looking for that goes well with salsas. You know, pineapple salsa, yeah, it's gonna be a little sweet. We're gonna taste it, of course, when we're done. You know, just to make sure it's where we're at. We might add a little agave. We'll see where the flavors are. But you see, nice and small. We're gonna put it right in here. Then we're gonna take some cilantro. You can see right here. So I've picked some of it off. I've picked the leaves off. I don't really want all the stems in there. So you're gonna ball it up in your hand, right there, and then you're just gonna chop. Nice and fine. You can smell the cilantro. It's such a refreshing flavor. I didn't really like cilantro growing up as a kid, and even now I use it pretty much in a lot of dishes, especially, you know, being Dominican, we use cilantro a lot, or culantro. But there's still a lot of things that I actually don't really like it in, but you know, it's a very refreshing flavor. Chop that up, put that right in there. Then we're gonna do the green onions. You know, cut the tips off that are a little dry. Nice and thin. I have a thing with green onions. I love scallions. I use them a lot. Traditionally or usually I wouldn't put it into a salsa, but you know, I like them. They're good. I love the flavor that it adds, and with the cilantro it goes very well together. So, you know, the flavors are balancing each other. And also, you know, I like the green. And now that I'm thinking about it, I might not even use that pepper that I put aside, because I already have enough green. And the pepper, the flavor's good, but I don't think it really needs it. So the last thing I'm really going to chop up is going to be some garlic. I'm going to mince some garlic. You know, do yourself a favor, crush it a little with the side of your knife, and then just chop. You know, you want to get it as small as possible, because, you know, raw garlic is not one of the favorite things you want to bite a big chunk out of. It's a little too strong for some people. But, you know, you chop it down nice and fine. And, you know, we're going to put the lime juice in there, so it's going to help with the sauce. It's going to help with the flavor. It's going to help break down. The acidity is going to help break down everything. So when we're getting ready to serve, all the flavor is going to melt together and give you that fresh, vibrant flavor that we're looking for from the salsa. And like, as you can see, I'm doing the salsa first, because once it's done, I want to set it aside so those flavors can marry and get, you know, start doing the cha-cha and dancing together, and all the flavors get nice and vibrant for the final product. And, you know, most of the things that people wonder why chefs are chefs, it's just steps, it's techniques. That's all you guys got to learn. If you learn a technique on how to properly braise meat, or how to properly season something, how to properly go about getting it done, it's fairly simple. And then just play. You like food you want to eat? Look, my favorite type of food to eat when I'm cooking at home for myself, I call it a la carte. Why do I call it a la carte? Because whatever's in the cupboard is going in the pot. That's how we do it, you know. Not necessarily in the pot, but it's going on the dish, you know. That's, you know, when you grow up poor, and, you know, you got to make it however you could take it. So, you know, have fun with your food. So here we go with the garlic. You know, press the lime. I always like to take the tips off. Helps squeeze it. Cut it in half and squeeze. If you do not have a citrus presser or juicer, you got a pair of tongs. Check this out. Put it right there at the end of your tongs, and look, effortless. Have your tools work for you. You know, you buy them, you buy these nice tools, a nice knife, make sure that it's sharp. And, you know, like I said, use the whole blade. You know, things have multiple uses. Look, this is a tong. This is to flip food. Take food off the grill and off the pans. Hey, look, it's a juicer now too. You know, let's do one more lemon. That one was a little dry. You know, look. And listen, one of my favorite tools that we all have is hands. You know, yeah, you definitely need a spoon to taste your food, and when you're dealing with hot stuff, when you're making something like a salsa, you know, you got clean gloves on, you wash your hands. Use your hands. Best spoon you ever use. Best tool you ever use. Just use your hands. Look, very simple. I like to keep my fingers wide when I do this so that I can get everything mixed in nice. See, look at those colors. Look at those colors. Amazing, you know? Hit it with a little salt. Hit it with a little pepper. And yes, I do put my adobo on just about everything, but this is my adobo right here. I told you what that is. And just mix. Not too much salt, just a little bit, because you know the salt is gonna help break everything down, bring the juices out of the pineapple and the tomatoes, and it's gonna be so good. So now we're just gonna taste it to make sure it's where we need it. Should have had my tasting spoon next to me, sorry. But check this out. Nothing else. Nothing else. The pineapple is nice and sweet. Beautiful. Beautiful. Just enough heat from half the serrano. I only used half. It's great. Amazing. So now we're going to take this, put it in a bowl, and we're going to put this in the fridge to rest while we get everything else ready. So right now I'm just going to put this in the fridge, clean up a little, and get ready to butcher the salmon. All right, guys? Be right back. All right, guys. So now we're all cleaned up, and now I got the nice salmon fillet. I actually got it already filleted, so I would have showed y'all how to take the skin off and all that, but we'll get to that next time. We're gonna try to make things as simple as possible for you, because you can go to your fish market and tell them to fillet it, skin it, do whatever you want to it. So let's take it there. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna portion it down, and so I'm gonna take off a little bit of this belly. Nothing is garbage. We use that, trust. So we're just gonna wanna make the fish even, so that when we cook, it's even cooking. See? So I'm gonna take the tail piece off, because I'm gonna cut it down the middle, and I'm gonna cut it into, actually no, we're gonna leave it like this. I'm gonna do nice 6-7 ounce portions. You know, cut it the size that you feel comfortable. You know your guests, you know who you're cooking for. You know, like I said, always just try to keep them even, because you want everything to cook at the same time. You don't want one piece of salmon to be, medium rare and the other piece is well done. Everything you want to be able to cook it at the same damn time. All right. So as you can see, all the pieces of salmon are the same size. Seasoning for the salmon, very simple. Salt, pepper. We're going to keep it simple. We're going to let the fish speak for itself, and then the salsa is going to bring everything together. So you see, now that I got my salmon all cut up into portions, we're actually going to go out to the grill, which is nighttime now, so I got to go get my flashlight. But, yeah, we're going to throw these on the grill, get them a nice char, and we're going to put this dish together. Y'all stay tuned. All right, so now we're outside. We're going to see the nice hot grill. So we're gonna season up the salmon. Literally, like I said, salt and pepper. That's all we're gonna do. Do this nice and lightly. You don't want to over season. You don't want to put too much salt. Then we're gonna grind the pepper. All right, so we hit it with the salt. Then we're gonna do the pepper. Nothing like fresh ground pepper. What you get in the little can that's already crushed is all right. It's good. It does serve this purpose. But especially when you're cooking, nothing like fresh ground pepper. Remember, you want to season both sides. When you're cooking, you season both sides. Why? Because both sides need flavor. Turn it over. Let that off. Salt, pepper, and I have this grill cover that I actually just purchased. So I'm going to put this on top of the grill. I'm going to hit it with some non-stick spray, and I'm going to give it a couple of minutes so that this can get nice and hot, so that when we put the fish on there, it cooks nice. Sorry for that, but let me show y'all. Put that right on top of the grill. Put that right on top of the grill. We're gonna let that get nice and hot, and then we're gonna put the salmon on there. All right, guys, so now, see, the grill is nice and hot, so now we're gonna put the salmon on the grill. Presentation side down, so the belly side down. That's what you wanna put on. Hear that? Nice sizzle. And remember, let the fish talk to you. Don't try to rush it. Don't try to get it off the grill fast. Let the fish tell you exactly when it wants to come off. If you try to pull it off and it doesn't, if it's stuck, if it gets stuck, that's because it's not ready to come off yet. So now we're just gonna leave it right there, let that salmon cook. I'm gonna come right back to you. Just pause it. All right, so now we're gonna turn the salmon over. All right, actually, you see how it's still sticking? That's telling me that it's not ready to move yet. So we're gonna leave them alone. When it's ready to let go, it'll let go right by itself. All right, we'll be right back for that. This piece came out nice and smooth. For some reason, the rest of the salmon is sticking. This one actually is not bad. You know, just be careful when you're flipping them. Unfortunately, these got stuck, but guess what, people? I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. See some? Oh, but look at that. Tell me that isn't beautiful. Look at the sear on that. Nice and crunchy. Another good thing about these grates, look, we can move it, make life easier on ourselves. Look at that. So they got a little stuck. They're still gonna taste amazing. First time using this grate, I think I'm gonna have to season it. Kind of like how we would season a cast iron pan. Alright, so at this point, 3-4 minutes on this side and we'll get them to a nice medium. So right now we're gonna go inside, we're gonna open up the plantains and go to the next step. Alright, so while the salmon finishes outside, we took this out of the oven, the plantains. Open them up. Be careful because you will get steam. Nice, you smell the cinnamon. So now I'm just gonna hit it with a little more olive oil on top. And I'm just gonna put it back in the oven on the top rack so it can get a little color on them. And then we're good to go. You could use olive oil, you could use butter. I'm using olive oil because, you know, a little heavy on this side and I'm trying to work on the weight. Even though most of my dishes have been kind of fat, and the chimi was great, but you know, made it with chicken to make it a little healthier. The nachos, yeah, those were not healthy, but damn boy, they good. So we're gonna put these back in for about 7 minutes. I'm gonna put the temperature up a little, put it up to like 420, very nice number, so they can get a little color. And now we're gonna go take the salmons off the grill because I'm pretty sure they're done. So, you know, make sure you have all your equipment with you. I got my sheet tray that I'm going to put the salmon on here. And let's go take them off the grill. Let's go check those out. All right, so now we're just going to take the salmon right off the grill. Put them on your pan. Use your spatula if you got to. One of the wonderful things about living now in Florida is that, look, I can get to grill whenever I want. These don't look too pretty, but trust me, they're gonna taste amazing. And like I said, you know, I guarantee you, y'all gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna show you, I make mistakes. I'm the same as y'all. I've been trained, but trust me, every great chef makes mistakes. That's how he gets better. So now we're gonna take these inside and we're gonna put the plate together. Let's get ready to eat. All right, so let's put the plate together. So we're gonna take the plantain, just gonna use half of it for a serving. Gonna cut it in half. Gonna mash it a little just because I want to help stay on the plate. Then we're gonna take our nice salmon. Gonna put it right there on top. Like I said, I like using my hands. Mix your sauce up. You can see I'm mixing it up a little more. Get those juices from the bottom, stir it around. Then just take a nice little handful, put it right on top of the salmon. And put some around, make it look nice. Show y'all a little trick that a lot of chefs do. I do it myself. Little olive oil, finishing oil. Put it right on top, give it that nice little shine, give it that last little brightness. and my people. Grilled salmon with pineapple salsa and sweet plantains. Let's try this. Let's try this. Got a little bit of the plantain. Got a little bit of the salmon. Got a little bit of the sauce. Oh my God. I hope y'all enjoyed as much as I did. See you next time. Chef Milky, I'm out.